Hello everyone and welcome back to Fire Emblem 6 The Binding Blade. I'm MBZ, and today we're going to be tackling Chapter 16. That's it, starting off with the good thing. Voice.
After rescuing Faye, Roy heads for Aqualia, the capital of Etruria. Aqualia is also the largest and wealthiest city on the continent. Prepared for the Lycian army's attack, the revolutionary forces are fortified in Aqualia. St. Elimine Church supports the Lycian army, turning popular opinion against the revolutionaries, forcing them inside the castle. St. Elimine Church was founded by St. Elimine, one of the 8 legends. The church has legions of followers, particularly in Bern and Etruria. Roy's attack on Aqualia is supported by the church. However, Narcian and his elite troops await Roy inside the castle.
Well, here we are again after what seems like forever, but we will finish this game, don't worry, it will happen. 'Tis only a matter of time. If you judge by my Twilight Princess LP's length, then of course you know that I never give up on anything, and things will eventually come to pass, as so often is the case in life. However, we have a tough map here, and we have some interesting things to contend with. Let's take a look at it real quick. So the first thing I want to point out is we've got some chests on the left-hand side, got 5 of them in fact, which are going to be very useful. And we also have a bunch of chests on the right-hand side, 5 of them in fact as well. I want to get all these chests. It's very important to me that I get all these chests, so it's probably advisable to bring along 2 people who can open locks and doors. So I'm going to have Astor, and I'm probably going to have one other person. I'll take a look at that when I sort out my unit. Second thing to mention is that in order to access the secret chapter, 16X, that comes after this, we need to do a bit of fiddling about, one might say, with some of these units. So Douglas in particular here is not allowed to die. If Douglas is murdered and dies, then guess what? We have to restart the chapter, because in order to open the next one, he has to be alive at the end of all this. So that's important. It's a thing that we need to keep in mind. The problem is that Douglas wants to murder you, and he will kill you. But hopefully he should take a route that goes round this way, right? Round this way and down here, and then he'll start following me in a circle. So it's basically not advisable for me to start going up this way, because if I start going up this way, I'll run into him like in the center here or whatever, and that will be a problem. So I don't want to deal with that problem. So I think everyone's going to try and go down the center here. We're going to make our plan to just move our way through, eventually unlock this door, and then, send my thieves in different direction. I'll leave one thief here to deal with this, which could be a problem if we're a bit too slow, because Douglas will slowly be creeping up this way, and I don't want to get a thief who's just locked in here and dies, because that would be bad. What we could do is we could just bring a thief along who I don't intend to use and sacrifice them, but I'd rather not do that, and maybe we'll keep a flying unit or a mounted unit near them in order to combat that. But that's pretty much what we need to know. I just want to get all the thingies, the shops, not the shops, the chests. But the last thing that I should point out, very important, this spot right here. This spot on the map is a secret shop. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the secret shop, everyone's most sought after, most beloved thing in every Fire Emblem game, wherein you can go and buy a bunch of upgrade units that allow you to, or promotion items, should I say, which are going to be very helpful for some particular units that we have who have been sitting on the bench for a while and who have not been promoted, despite the fact that we basically have a fully kitted out team at this point. One more thing to note, Elfin. He will not be attacked by Douglas if you bring him, and I might bring him because he can be useful. But with all that said, that's a hell of a lot of shit to remember. I'm going to pick my units, get sorted, and I'll be back in a second. Alright folks, I think we're just about ready. Boy, it took a lot of getting things sorted out, because there's a lot of things to figure out here. This is the team we're bringing, which is broadly the same as what we had last time. Instead, we are leaving Bart behind, and Lance is now able to use a Night Crest to evolve himself. So I figured we would do that, especially because a lot of the units that we could eventually use, like Balls and Noah and stuff, they're all really low level, and I don't have the patience or wherewithal or just resources or time to level them up to where I want them to be. And so despite the fact that we're going to get another Paladin, paladins are great. Lance seems to be doing alright, so I gave him a bunch of weapons, and we should be good to go. Lilina also, I want to just start pushing her up the ranks and doing well. The other thing I should note is that you need Milady on this map if you want to recruit everyone you want to recruit, so bring her along, and I've given her the silver card as well, which should hopefully be useful when we get to the secret shop, because it will cut the prices of those very expensive items in half, so we want to be keeping that around as well as a bonus. But otherwise, I think everything is looking pretty good. So without further ado, let's save it one more time here. And let's fight.
Curses! 1,000 curses! The Lycian army still stands. How have they come so far?
General Narshan. Head Wyvern General Murdoch is here.
He is? Then post-haste. Send an escort. Ensure he receives every hospitality.
He is already here. Yes, enough. Step aside.
Sir Murdoch, what a pleasant surprise. What brings you all the way from Ilia?
Enough of your squirrely pleasantries, Narsian. I want an explanation for this embarrassment.
I'm sorry, sire. I don't believe I understand.
Then allow me to explain. Princess Guinevere has escaped yet again. Flyer, your lieutenant, has failed in the Western Isles and is dead. And finally, perhaps most egregious of all, you have neglected your mission to capture the village in Nabata, despite your specific orders directly from King Zephiel's mouth. This is inexcusable, Narsian. Explain yourself.
Oh, that. Well, you see, sire, there have been many complications, so I took it upon myself to...
Hold your tongue. That's enough. I've orders from the king. I'm to revoke your title of Wyvern General.
What?
You are to be replaced by Gale.
Sire, please wait. Allow me one more chance.
The Lycian army approaches fast. Show your worth and stop them in their tracks. If you succeed, perhaps the king will reconsider.
Sir Murdoch.
Narshan, don't fail the king or me again.
Balderdash, a demotion? And I'm to be replaced by Gale of all people? Never. I will not allow it. But what is left for me to do? No. My status and reputation, everything is crumbling down.
General Narshan, the enemy draws near.
Silence! I know that already. Wait. Milady's younger brother is stationed in this castle, and Milady's the one who helped the princess escape. Aha! I can say he was leaking information to the enemy. What a flawless plan.
I'm sorry, General Narshan. What was that?
Oh, you know Milady's younger brother, don't you?
You mean Sir Zeiss?
That's him, Zeiss. I have reason to suspect he's leasing or leaking information to the Lycian army. Bring him here.
What? Can't believe that Sir Zeiss would ever do such a thing.
Yes, it's shocking, I know. Now shut your trap. Do as you're told and bring him before me.
The enemy's at our doorstep. What can we do? If we're captured, we'll be tried as traitors. Akato, this is all your fault. If you had eliminated the Lycian army at the Isles as you were supposed to.
But, Lord Rorts, no! This is neither the time nor the place to argue, my lord. We must make our escape quickly.
But escape to where?
Let us turn to Bern. This was all their plan to begin with.
Yes, of course. We have proved ourselves useful. They're sure to repay the favour. And what do you intend to do with the king? Well, Bern probably won't harm him. King Zephiel's mother was an Etrurian after all. Douglas, I suggest you flee as well. And I suggest you shut your mouth. I only fought alongside you because King Mordred's life was at stake. I do not intend to go along with your plans to the end. Unbending as always. Suit yourself.
Akado, we escape now.
Lord Durorts, wait for me.
Dirty traitors, fleeing with their tails between their legs. I can't imagine it took much for Byrne to seduce them. They'll meet their end at the hands of the Lycian army before long. When Prince Myrddin returns, Etruria will be whole again. But until then, I shall continue to fight for the king. My loyalty and honour as great general depend upon it.
This is Castle Aqualia, Lord Roy. Our information says the revolutionaries are stationed inside. Thank you for your help, Father Yoda. Thanks to the church, we were able to avoid a battle in the city. No, it is I who must thank you. The church has been persecuted by the revolutionaries. Were it not for you, we would have been forced out already.
Persecuted? Why?
That is most likely because of our investigation into Byrne's dragons. Before she ascended to heaven, our founder, Saint Elimine, said these words: "Allow not dragons to return to this realm, for that would bring suffering to many." That's why we must do everything we can to send the dragons back to their world.
The revolutionaries are with Byrne, so that explains the persecution of the church.
Indeed. We have discovered something interesting as well. The return of the dragons is tied to the fire emblem, Byrne's greatest treasure. We don't yet know how, so that's why I sent Saul and Dorothy to investigate. Lord Roy, you must stop the revolutionaries. If you would allow me to give you one more piece of advice, try talking to some of the troops. I'm certain many of them were forced into the army against their will.
Of course. Thank you again.
Saint Elamine's blessings upon you, Lord Roy.
Well, boy, talk about exposition city. A lot of information being thrown at us there, but we should be able to deal with it. Here's another little thing I did. I gave all these items to Elfin, mainly because I always forget to use them, and the problem with Fire Emblem 6 is you can't just use them in the battle preparation menu. You have to give them to a person and then make them use it on the battlefield when and where it is necessary. Probably should have looked through all of them and figured out who wants what and who needs what, but I think I'll just distribute them as and when it seems necessary. Maybe take a quick look at some stats and stuff and do that. I might just do that in between episodes and figure out who to give them to. But for now, let's just get things started. Let's check out this guy's range. Didn't want to do that. And start moving people in. So start getting my thieves on lock. Alright, there's good. Just want to have them in a good position. Rutger can, of course, take on any challenge. And I think we should just pop the Knight's Crest right here and elevate Lance to the next level of ascension, which is becoming a paladin. There he is in his green splendor. Something about the kind of turquoisey paladin that surprises me in a way. I haven't really seen too many turquoisey paladins in my time. I don't know. It's interesting. Let's see here. Yeah, Melody can take this person on. Let's make sure she has. Let's give her the steel lance being equipped. And then Saul bring up the rear. So here's the thing with Saul is like, he is already level 20, but you know, healers are invaluable in this game, and it's very useful to have as many as possible. So that's what I'm gunning for here. Lena can go there, and then we'll just move everyone up. What I could do actually is get Lena to be played a song by Elfin, and then just pop her in there to kill the dude. Which, potentially useful, but also Lance could be helpful getting more experience as a result of him being a lower level right now, because he is a little bit low. But it's fine, I think. We'll see. Alright, I haven't talked to you guys since Fire Emblem Echoes came out. So that's an interesting thing, right? Because Echoes came out and was like, wow, this is a great remake of this old game. I really enjoyed it. I thought Echoes was a great game. Had a lot of fun with it. Damn it, fire's not enough. Yeah, I really thought it was good. Changed a lot of things up that I think are interesting that should be implemented into other Fire Emblem games. The whole idea of, hey, just promote your units as soon as possible, I really like. I don't necessarily like the execution because you have to be in a dungeon or nearby a statue in order to upgrade. But I do like the idea of like, hey, as soon as you're at the threshold, like the level you can upgrade at, you should just upgrade straight away. Because honestly, it just makes life so much easier.
It means you're not having to worry about, like, maxing out their stats and everything.
Zeiss, where are you?
I'm here, Sir Gale. Is something wrong? Why did you summon me?
Zeiss, you must hide.
What do you mean? The enemy is before us.
Listen to me. General Narshin has given the order for you to be taken prisoner.
What? Does he think that I've betrayed Byrne?
He needs a scapegoat for his failures. He says that you worked with Milady to leak information to the enemy.
With my sister? I don't even know where she is.
Milady has apparently joined the Lycian army alongside the princess.
Milady turned to the enemy? I don't believe it for a second.
Ask yourself. She is apparently here. Would that I could go with you, but General Murdoch ordered me to observe the outcome of the battle. Zeiss, get out while you still can. Talk to Milady.
Sir Gale, I
will not make a move until I hear Milady's story.
And there is Zeiss, who, you know, as I mentioned, you should bring Milady along, because guess what? We're going to talk to him to force him to join our side. He's also conveniently standing in the one spot that is the secret shop. So that's a thing that is very important. Next up, what we need to do is move everyone upwards and onwards. Actually, give me a quick second. Alright, folks, sorry about that. I had to reset because I thought I'd done something wrong, because there is an important, very important item that is needed on this level, and if I don't get it, then I can't do what I need, because Hugh here, who we need to recruit by talking to him, has, in fact, the key component, which is the member card. The member card. So we need to grab that off him, and that will be very necessary for the completion of this task that we have set upon ourselves. So let's go in with Milady with the iron sword, might as well. He has a killer axe. Shit, that's not good. I mean, he can't kill me if he hits, but he's not going to hit, of course, because we have prepared ourselves, and we're in the right place to take these scumbags on. And there are just some magicianies over here. It could be a little annoying, but we do have Elfin to bump the movement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop Lance. No, Lance there. Wait. And then get Elfin to do the sing-song-a-dong. Play your little Twitter bird tune. Your lullaby. I really do think that Twitter stole their icon from Elfin. It's very blatant. Very blatant. I think that intelligent systems should sue Twitter, honestly, because it's so clear. Like, it's just clear as day what's going on here, and you know, it's just I don't think it's right. I just don't think it's right. Fuck, really? This isn't good. This dude has an air caliber, and I just put Milady right. Oh, Lance clutching. Oh, just when I told everyone that it was a bad situation, because I put Milady right there, and this dude has an air caliber, he clutches it out with a crit. What a nice young man, I have to say. Do I need to use either of these? No, but the sleep is going to be useful. Warp is also going to be very useful. Both of those are going to be very useful, I have to say. Okay, Lilina, you can jog on, and I'm going to use the talisman, because I gave that to her when I reset. Because she needs a bit more resistance, I think. A little bit more resistance. Not like the most, but enough to survive. Resistance is a very important factor in this game. Okay. So yeah, I need to... There's a lot of balls to throw in the air in this one. This is a very tough map to just keep your head around, because there are so many things you need to be thinking about. You need to be thinking about, I need to escape from Douglas, because he's going to keep coming. I need to talk to this man, Hugh. The Arthurian nobles have fled? Are you kidding me? What about my money? I haven't been paid yet. Yeah, see? He just needs the cash, man. He's all about the cash. Here's the interesting thing about Hugh is you can talk to him multiple times, and every time you talk to him, the amount of money you need to pay for him will go down. This isn't good. Oh, fuck, this is not good. No, don't! Chad, you... Really? Really? This is what it's going to do to me? Like, I haven't even gotten into the map yet. Why? Why? I should have checked that motherfucker. I thought he couldn't reach me from here. That's awful. This is awful.